to Transparent Conversations, Elevated Exchanges. It's Friday night, so it must be Friday Night Live on YouTube.
Hey, welcome to Transparent Conversations, Quick Takes, episode 95. This is not Transparent Conversations, Elevated Exchanges. This is Transparent Conversations, Quick Takes. Elevated Exchanges will be back. I'm taking a break from that. With everything going on with the, with this country and the economy and everything like that, I just, I had to take a break from that. I did have a setback. But this isn't about that, right? It's about what's going on right now. So I decided to revamp. Why am I doing this? I either have too much going on or from a regular pod or not enough. I just don't know. Basically, I was fighting about depression based on everything that's going on with this situation. Like I said, with the country, and the situation with the country is affecting my life in a dramatic way. And I knew that when I started the podcast that if I could not basically elevate, basically I'll start with a new job at the time, that I wouldn't be able to continue with that. Like it was a struggle for me to try to come on the pod and do the check-in with nothing new going on, and basically seeing everything that's happening every day, and having to just come to the conclusion that we're going into a recession. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on LinkedIn a lot, so I just seeing like this is really coming to a head where a lot of people are going to be suffering. And I've been through. I'm old, I'm 59, right? I've been through recessions before, but this is the first time I think that I've not had a job already. I thought I had a job already during the recession, right? So I'm feeling the pain of it. I never felt the pain of it before, so this is my first time, and it could be rough, just based on what I had planned, what I was going through, what I had planned, what I had wanted to do to elevate. And then all of a sudden I can't elevate. I can't really talk about exactly what's happening and exactly what's going on. Give me 1 second. You know what I'm going to do. I'm going to check and see if I'm streaming. To check and see what's going on in my life. So I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and I'm going to pick up the regular episodes, Transparent Conversations, Elevated Exchanges, at a later date. I don't know when, but it will be back because it is me talking about my life, so it will be back. But for now, I figured that with everything going on, that I wanted to just do a review of when I feel like it, a quick take on what's happening out here in the world, and just catch up some videos and just elaborate on how I see things, playing out. And things aren't playing out well. It's kind of crazy to see where we're at in this country and what's happening. And we're actually starting to watch people die on a regular basis, right? People are dying in ICE detention centers, ICE concentration camps on a regular basis. Some gentleman just died today, an actual citizen. I'm trying to figure out why a citizen was in a detention center. We had some firefighters were ambushed in Idaho, which is MAGA country, red state, by a MAGA for whatever reason. I don't know. I haven't even researched it. It's just so much happening every 2 hours that you just really can't keep up with it. It's just too much. So I'm not going to be doing a check-in, but I want to say that, like I said, I still am going through a bit of depression based on my current status and what's going on. I don't give up, so you know what I'm saying, I'm used to this, so I'll keep on going. But like I said, I still want to do my podcast to help me focus on what's real and what we need to do. So basically, in this country, I wasn't there the first time, World War II. We faced fascism before, but and I'm amazed that we're basically, if you don't know history, which I always say, please learn history. It's right out there. You can find it. 1930s Germany. This is basically it. There's a documentary I was looking at right the other day. I forget what it's on. I have Fire TV. I'm tell you about Amazon. I have Fire TV. So something I was watching about life with Hitler. or how Hitler felt, was defeated, or how he lost. So basically, we're in the same situation. And I always, online, a lot of people are losing heart, thinking we're done. The elections are done. But I always say, like, the elections are done. We're not gonna have a 2026 election. What happens the next day? Are you going to work? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta just like, and it seems like a lot of people will just go to work the next day. You know what I'm saying? They'll be mad, they'll talk about it, but they will go to work. But I think about what happened during World War II, right? Evil was reigning. Evil took over Europe, and it was hard. You know what I'm saying? I think about those guys that got on those boats, those little boats, the ships crossed the Atlantic Ocean, could have been blown up at any given time, got in the little boats and stormed that beach to free America, free the world, right? Free Europe, and then the world. And then those guys in the Pacific, going from island to island, suffering disease, getting shot at, dying, burned up, to free. And then here we are again, allowing that type of mentality and behavior to flourish in the United States. Right? It's crazy to me. So I'm gonna talk about it more, what's going on in the news, but I just wanted to like I said, I'm gonna do a series of videos, talk about those videos, just give my opinion on what's happening out in the world every day and what's happening to this country. Because like I said, people are dying. People are dying, and it's for hate and it's for money. That's basically it. Hate and money, and it's just starting. I think the number of people that died have died in ICE detention, meaning that the federal government picked these people up. I don't know why they have detention to deport them, and they've died, and that is their responsibility. And then I have a video I'm going to show you of Tom Homan, the head of ICE, or wherever he is in the Department of Homeland Security, basically just doesn't care. He blamed it on, like, he was, I'm going to play the video. All right, so let me think. Anything else I want to say before we get started? I'm gonna play. Okay, so my videos are always gonna be like real, and then it's gonna be like some uplifting things too. Some things that that I came across that are inspiring, especially to me. So the first video I'm gonna play, it's gonna be a little different, and it's gonna be about a guy who was very inspirational to me. He did commit suicide. Our stories are kind of parallel, other than he became a chef. I'm an IT. A worldwide person, Anthony Bourdain. Anthony Bourdain was very special to me because he traveled the world, inspiring people, and not going to all the glitzy places, just going to people's houses and enjoying a good meal. And I remember, and it's going to be mentioned in this video, on the reservations, and he was in Alaska, and he sat down with the people, and they had killed a seal. And they were eating it, and they were just eating it raw right there. And he just sat down with them. It was eating the bloody seal, and they were happy, and he was happy. And that's where he just showed us that everybody, once you go to their countries and go sit in their houses, we're all the same. Like what we're going through right now, with the hate is crazy, and basically we're all just the same, just different colors. And internally, everybody wants to basically love, take care of their families, grow up, have fun, and enjoy life. And then make sure their loved ones are taken care of. But for some reason, we've lost it. So the first video, Anthony Bourdain, it's not about Anthony, it's a video about Anthony Bourdain. All the information about the videos will be in the show notes.
Anthony Bourdain. Chef Anthony Bourdain. Anthony Bourdain has died.
There's this tweet from Barack Obama where he recalls sharing a meal with Anthony Bourdain in a tiny noodle shop in Hanoi. Low plastic stool, cheap but delicious noodles, cold Hanoi beer. This is how I remember Tony. I never met Anthony Bourdain, but like most people I admire, he felt more like a feeling than a fact. He wasn't a chef chasing fame, but a dishwasher chasing meaning. A line cook who burned his hands and burned down television by sharing harsh truths. He walked into rooms most of us would avoid and pulled up chairs at tables we were never invited to. And he'd listen intently, especially when the food looked strange or the story felt heavier than the plate. He ate with prisoners and presidents, punks and priests, while showing us that dignity could live in a plastic chair, and a $6 noodle bowl in Hanoi could hold more humanity than a $1,000 wine pairing in Manhattan. He drank snake blood in Vietnam, ate raw seal in the Arctic, tasted shame in the Congo, and grace in Beirut. He told human stories, the kind that stuck to your ribs, the kind that reminded you that the world was still worth exploring if you had the guts to stay curious. In 2018, he left the table, and yeah, the world's been a little hungry ever since.
So I just want to say, like, that video, like when he passed, I understand that, you know, we as recovering addicts or people who have addiction issues, we can go into depression a lot. And like, he had everything, from what we saw, he had everything going for him. But I know at the end that he wasn't happy. He wasn't happy with the money. He could travel because he still felt, to me, he seemed like he still felt the need to travel. And then keep creating content, and he didn't need to. And he had issues with his current wife. So you know that it inspires me, and I like to cook. That's the thing about me, right? Like I'm gonna do a segment when the regular show comes back on Designing Your Own Religion, and that will be part of our religion. Just cooking a meal, eating a meal together, like once a week. Like I don't. That's important. That's fellowship. That's sharing. Love, and that's important to me. And that's what I got from watching Anthony Bourdain. And I have like a pedestal on my wall for a picture that I want to put up with him, and that, especially that picture is a picture of a picture that you can put up on the wall of Anthony Bourdain and President Barack Obama when they were just sharing the meal. And that's why I cook. If you're around me and watch me cook, you'll see when I cook, it's just like I'm just fellowshipping with you. I would just fellowship, talk with you, and we'll eat a good meal. Maybe we'll eat the meal plated at the table, and maybe we'll just eat the meal right there from the actual skillet. I don't know, or whatever apparatus I'm cooking in. But that right there incorporates shows, like if you get a chance to travel, I got a chance to travel around the world. And I got a chance to go into people's houses, and we had good restaurants all the time. But then we also got a chance just to just go to people's houses, based from military bases. But then not military bases, but from the embassies. But we also got a chance just to visit people that lived in the country. They would invite us over and eat with them, and everybody wanted to talk to us. Right, this was back in the 90s, I think it was late 90s, early 2000s that I would travel around the world. But everybody was really happy to talk to anybody and just share parts of their story. So if you get a chance to travel, do that. And if you get a chance to sit down and talk and eat with people, do that. All right, so that was the good part. So we're gonna go to the second video, and I'm gonna show you the videos. I'm gonna show you what's going on in the world, right? Okay, so I want to talk about AIPAC, what's going on in our government, and all the people. If you mention AIPAC online, and I see a lot of time, we have an AIPAC problem in this country, and then you immediately call anti-Semite or something like that. I don't know what a Semite is. I don't do religion, right? I was a Christian. I told the story on my regular podcast. If you know me, you know. I was a Christian, I'm no longer a Christian. I don't care about religion or religion at all. Period. So the fact that if Judaism, whatever it is, I'm not anti that. I don't care. Right? What I do care about is people hurting other people. And what I do care about is policies that are in place to hurt other people. I don't understand why the Madani, we have Democratic leaders right now who are saying they won't support him after the people of New York chose him. And now they have a problem with someone being Muslim. I notice the influence of AIPAC and whether they give money to our politicians, and then if they don't want a Muslim person in charge of New York or anything, I don't. For a Democrat, Democrats have done this before, over and over again. I'm an independent. Have done this over and over again. If the Democratic Democrats Party, the members vote for someone they don't like, they already come up and start not endorsing him. They're talking about him, calling him all type of names because he's a Muslim. And they call him a communist. He's the worst person ever. Anti-Semite, everything. But when you listen to the man talk, he connected with the voters of New York and they voted him into office. And for them not to support him, it shows you why we're in this situation right now and why the Democrat Party has become ineffective. So basically, I know me as a black person in this country, I have to ride with the Democrats. I don't care about this plantation thing, what everybody's talking about. They're closer to, we have a better chance with them than we do with the Republicans, period. I mean, the Republicans brought us Trump, and that's who's in office right now. And this is where we are right now. We're about to lose our democracy, or we're about to have to fight for it. But people are dying. And then if this bill passes today, more people will die. So I'm going to play this next video. We do have an AIPAC problem. I don't have any problem with the religion of Judaism. I used to be a Christian. I understand that we were taught that Israel must be there for Jesus to come home. And that's why we are just blindly give them all our money. If we were to stop Jerusalem's Israel's supposed to be a place of peace or anything like that, and there's supposed to be some brilliant fighters and all this and stuff, if we stop supporting Israel tomorrow, it'll be wiped out. I'm not advocating for that, but I'm advocating for common sense. And if they want to be a place, if they want to be in the Middle East, be part of the Middle East and stop fighting everybody. You're not gonna. It's just impossible. The situation that we have right now is impossible. It's untenable. It won't last because we're getting ready. Our country's getting ready to fall apart because of the policies. A lot of those policies are being pushed and supported by AIPAC, and it has to stop. It has to stop. Democrats, you have to stop. Cory Booker came out today and said he won't support Madani. The New Jersey representative said he's not going to support the democratically the person who won the Democratic primary to be the candidate for the mayor of New York. The New Jersey senator said he won't support the person because, well, I don't know, he's Muslim. And we already know, I think it's already been stated that Cory Booker gets money from AIPAC. We have an AIPAC problem in this country. So I'm gonna play this next video and come back. You know, when you say this stuff online, right? You worry about if I'm not getting attacked and be called anti-Semitic and all this kind of stuff. I'm not anti anything. I'm not anti-religion. I don't care about your religion. I already know that it's a con. It's a way to control people, basically, and divide people. It doesn't bring people together. It doesn't.
Did you guys know that we give Israel $4 billion a year in taxpayer funds, no strings attached? Did you know that Israel has free college? Did you know that Israel has free socialized medicine? And as part of that free socialized medicine, did you know that Israel provides its citizens with free, on-demand abortions? So, did you know that your tax dollars pay for free, on-demand abortions in Israel?
They don't want abortion here, but they're paying for abortion.
I just wanted to know if you guys knew all that stuff.
That's our tax dollars, right? But they don't want abortions here, but they're okay with abortions in another country. $4 billion every year being used for that. And they have free health care. They have universal health care. And we don't. So let that sink in. Let that sink in for a minute. This guy, I trust this guy, right? So you can look up all that stuff I already know has been verified by him. Like I said, information will be available to his information in the show notes. I know the information is true. To me, it just makes sense. It's 100%. I don't think MAGA knows. And why doesn't MAGA know that, though? That the country that they support is using their money, our tax money, for abortions in another country, and free health care, free college. And I'm going to tell you this. The last company I worked for, we had employees in Israel, right? People great. I work with people. I don't work with government. So the people I work with people in Ukraine and Israel. They're both in war zones. So they're beautiful people, nice people. Could be a little arrogant, but nice people, right? But then this is what their governments are doing, right? Make it make sense. It doesn't make any sense. So we do have an AIPAC problem. I think it's going to all come out soon because it's just insane. It is unsustainable. So pay attention. This is stuff that you do not see in the mainstream media. That's why I always said in my regular podcast, stop watching mainstream media. The information is on YouTube and all different kinds. Joanne Reed left CNN. She has her own show now on YouTube, Joanne Reed Show. It's going on. It's still being done. So if you liked her on CNN, you can find the same show free of any type of influence from the corporations. Because basically, the reason that you're not going to hear about that on a regular show is because AIPAC is influenced by corporations. Anytime you say anything against Israel, what do you call it? Anti-Semite. Anti-Semitic. What's a Semitic? I don't know what a Semitic is. So, yeah. So let me take a minute to say, if you're watching this video, anytime you see this video, if you have a chance, you want to help get this out and to contribute or just want to bless me, like, subscribe, and share. Or not. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you. Love you. Appreciate everybody. I love everybody, actually. Nope. There's people that I've grown to hate. Thank you to this current administration. Because you can't kill people. You can't kill Americans and expect me to respect you or keep respecting you. You can't act like you can't have me think that this country has us. The current times feel like Germany 1930. If you haven't studied history, you don't know what's going on. And there's so many people don't know what's going on. Right? This bill is getting ready to pass. They're fighting for it every day, and it's going to pass. And it's funny. I'm going to say something that I was talking to someone new. Seemed like a very beautiful, interesting young lady. Everything's going well. And I was like, oh, who did you vote for? As a joke. Because she's in the blue state. As a joke. And she joked and said, I didn't vote for anybody. I voted for Trump. It's a joke, right? Voted for Trump. She said she didn't vote because of she doesn't vote. Right? Why did we lose the last election? Right? People that voted for Trump and people that didn't vote. The people that didn't vote actually gave Trump more of the election than the people that did vote. So, and because she says she thinks the whole system is corrupt. It's corrupt, but you can definitely try to fix it. You're gonna fight or not. That's what I find interesting about what's going on. And even my daughters will tell me they don't want to watch the news because it's depressing. Hell yeah, it's depressing. But what just gonna wait for it to hit you in the face? Remember, fascism has been here before, right? People had to die. People are dying now. People will continue to die, especially if this bill passes, if we don't do nothing. But you didn't vote. Or you voted for the wrong person. All right, so we have an AIPAC problem in this country. I'm going to keep saying that. I say it every day online. Next video, please. And then we're going to wrap this up. So quick takes, that's all. 2 more videos, I think. One more. About the news. Okay, so I said before, like this whole thing, right? The whole thing about the ICE and deportations, the deportation issues coming from, MAGA, it's hate, right? But there's one individual who has a hard on for the brown immigrants coming from South America. Just doesn't like them at all. Seems like he's straight out of the book. If you were to cast a movie or a documentary about Hitler today, this guy could be Goebbels, Stephen Smith. He hates immigrants, and he has the everything that's happening right now, the death, the blood, is all on his hands. The first time and this time too. But then other people that are doing this, the ones you see on the street, the ones you see opening detention centers, they want the money, right? I said it already. They're getting bonuses. The people that you see on the street in the masks, guarding these detention centers, they're money motivated. They're not. They may hate, right? But they know they got to get $3,000 a day, or up to $3,000 a day, if not more. They keep going. They keep broadening the net because they can't. There's not enough criminals, right? The net's broad. Now they're going after naturalized citizens. So if you know a green card holder in your life, it could be next. My ex-wife was a green card holder. Her family, they could be next. Hopefully she's gotten her citizenship. I think naturalized citizens though. She's not even a citizen. Oh shit. This is real. You know what I'm saying? My daughter's in, my other daughter, one daughter's in Texas, the other daughter's in New York. Her family's Hispanic. I don't know all their status. I haven't even talked to them or what's going on. But they're in California now, right? So it's really hard to watch what we see happening on a daily basis. But just be ready or get ready. Like this is what I do all day. You know what I'm saying? Until I, other than, I got an interview tomorrow, another interview. We'll see what happens. Luckily I have another interview because it is really bad. It is really bad out here. So let me do, one more video about the current situation. I was saying that the ISIS is money motivated, right? ISIS is money motivated to get bonuses, right? It's like bounty hunting. You know what I'm saying? They're going to grab anybody. Doesn't matter. These detention centers are already overcrowded, and people are already dying. One of our citizens has died, and then a Canadian citizen has died. I don't know why citizens are people who didn't. A Canadian citizen couldn't have. He might have overstayed a visa. They might have overstayed their visa. I haven't looked into it or something like that. But you could have just sent them home. You didn't have to detain them. They were right there. The border right up the street. Like, was it 5-hour drive from here? You could be there. So this person's died in detention. An American citizen died, and he was a MAGA too. I don't know why the MAGA citizens or a MAGA person was in detention. So I think I saw on Reddit today somebody was asking about my mother. Their mother received a letter, one of the self-deportation letters, and he was asking advice to everyone, like in the subreddit. Should his mother leave? What should his mother do? Some people were saying, get a lawyer, blah blah. And supposedly this immigration lawyer was saying get a lawyer. No, you self-deport. Because you cannot, the deportations are the problem right now. The detentions are the problem. We haven't heard about the horrific conditions in the detention centers. I've heard some, right? We already know they're overcrowded. There's not enough beds. Where are people sleeping? Are they getting enough food? There's no oversight. Congress isn't going into there because they can't. They don't have time. They're trying to fight the bill. Everybody keeps saying Democrats do something. They're doing all they can. They're fighting this bill. They're doing every trick they can do. They're not in power, but they're still fighting the bill. What are you doing? All right, so let's go ahead and play this last video about the ICE, the money, right? It's a money grab, right? People are getting rich off your tax dollars, are getting rich off of detention centers, and then they're getting rich off bonuses for detaining people. They do not care. They can't go to jail. They could beat you up, right? They're not wearing masks. People are already being taken off the streets. We don't really know the number of people that have actually been kidnapped at this point because of the masks. And we don't know. People are being caught with the masks, not impersonating ICE officers. They're being caught. But we don't know. We do not know all the people. Some people could have been taken today. You don't know. We don't know how many people have been kidnapped, raped, assaulted by fake ICE officers. Because basically, if an ICE officer comes up to you on the street, no badge, no insignia, with a face mask on, if you tell them no and start fighting them, they're gonna beat you up, and then they're gonna put you in jail, and they're gonna charge you with insulting a federal officer. Right? If a person who comes up and not be an ICE officer, you can buy everything online, everything they have, they're not showing badges, and you don't fight them, you just go with them. Next thing you know, you're kidnapped and you're raped. Women, please be careful. Travel in groups. I don't know what to tell you. I don't really know what to tell you how to fight this one, right? Because our Department of Homeland Security has put us in less secure, and they haven't addressed it. They don't care. Wait a minute. I do have another video. Do I? Yeah, I do. I'm sorry. I want to play something from the guy who, the head of Homeland Security. Oh man, I might not have it. I might have did something wrong. But let me play this one video first. If I have the other one, I'll go ahead and play it. But I might not have it. But this is about the bonuses, right? From Congress. Not Murkowski. I forgot his name. Yeah, Moskowitz talking about the bonuses, almost $1 billion $47,000 per officer. Per ICE employee. $47,000 so far for them. In the budget. $47,000 just for kidnapping people off the street.
You guys have $858 million, again, almost $1 billion, okay, of money to give out bonuses to people. And so listen, bonuses are great when people do good work, but $858 million sounds like a lot of money. That's like a $40,000 bonus to every employee in all of ICE.
Will the gentleman yield for a question?
Of course I will.
This is a huge bonus budget.
Yeah.
What does that work out? Have you done the math to see what that works out in terms of bonus per ICE employee?
$42,000 for every employee in a bonus, in addition to their salary.
And it's quite in bonuses, not the salary. This is bonuses. So basically, you just work, spend your money. You don't, cause you don't worry about it. You got another bonus coming. And the thing about you got money coming after your bonus. But let me tell you this: I work for the government, so that's what you do. I didn't work for the government, but I was a contractor. When I traveled around the world, I was a government contractor. So the thing they're doing when they grab people on the street, right? And they don't answer questions, they don't talk to you, they break all the laws. They're not worried about going to jail because you haven't seen any charges, any investigations, nothing. DOJ's gone. DOJ works for the DOJ. The DOJ right now is the wartime consigliere for Donald Trump, the president. They don't work for us. They work against us. The whole government, federal government, works against us. Luckily, people are still getting checks and money. He seems to be scared of the court at this point, but unless they give him a direct order, he won't follow it. It's crazy, and it's crazy. I have another video. I can't find it. Anyway, it's for Tom Holloman. I may have it next time I come back up here, but look it up. It's a video, you may have seen it already, of Tom Holloman, the head of ICE, was asked a question. I know I have that video. He was asked a question about maybe it's here. Hey, nope.
You guys have $858 million.
So he was
again, almost $1 billion.
He was asking a question about the person that died today in ICE custody, and basically he didn't care. And he's like, well, you worried about that. We pick these people up, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't really care about people dying. Because he said their whole thing is this is the safest place you want to be. And we already know they're overcrowded because they have 2 more people. They can't pick up enough people. So anyway, they're gonna get more money from you, the taxpayer, to continue to do this. And the people that are dying, they're dying on taxpayer dollars in the ICE, in the detention centers. Yeah, that's it. That's it for the day. I don't know what happened to my last video. I'm putting this together. I said I was depressed. I'm putting this stuff together. I decided to do this. I've been thinking about doing this for a while, since I did my last episode. But I think so I put this all together today. This is work to put these videos together. So streaming, everybody does it. I'm doing it by myself. If you want to learn how to do it and help me out, you can learn how to do it. Hit me up. So I got one more video. We're gonna do a little cleaning. Cleanse our palate before I go. Food for thought. Food for thought was part of my old regular podcast too, but I'm gonna do it here too. So this last video is gonna encourage us. It might get dark before it gets better. It's gonna get dark before it gets better. If you're a fan of sci-fi or fantasy such as I am, it's always a fight, right? It's always the evil always the evil always seems like it's gonna win. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so if you know Star Wars, when the first one came out, A New Hope, we didn't know it was New Hope back then. But when A New Hope came out, it was in the middle of the fight, to find the plans for the Death Star. Then they did Andor, and Andor showed you what was going on, the genocides that happened right before that event for the rebels to get the plans. And it just showed you that. And it was basically fascism too. It showed you that it's gonna be dark, and it's gonna be a fight, right? People are already dying. more people will die. So before I came on today, I just heard that Trump doesn't want to give satellite information to the weather service to track hurricanes. So that people are going to die right there. If they can't track and predict what a hurricane is going to hit and how severe they're going to be, especially to the red states, what happens? People die. So I don't this a cult of death. And if you know, like Star Wars, Darth Vader killed people on a didn't care. The Empire will kill anybody any given time with no feeling if you get in their way. So this is the same thing. And before it gets dark, you know what I'm saying? Before it gets bright again, it's gonna get dark. It's gonna get darker and darker and darker, right? The same thing like the Allies when they were fighting against Hitler and that fascism that our soldiers, people from this country, died for. And we're back here right now, getting ready to have to do it again in our country. That make it make sense. That's hate right there, right? Hate money. It's not just hate. It's hate money. So we're gonna have to encourage each other, right? Like people talking about the no more elections. What are you gonna do if the November 2026 comes around and they cancel the elections because they're talking about these elections that were canceled in Miami? I don't care about Miami. It's a red state. I do not care. What are you gonna do the next day? Just go to work? You might not have a job because the economy gonna crash if once this bill gets passed. It's not looking good. The dollar's already in trouble. It doesn't look good. So what are you gonna do? There may come a time you have to fight. Don't ever say that there's not gonna be any more elections. The elections are done. This is done. It's not a done deal. Because if it's a done deal, you are gonna be a person that wants to live under fascism, dictatorship. That's your plan. How you gonna survive? You survive. You're having fun. You're going on vacation. You're going to the islands because you got money. Fuck everybody else. So let me go ahead and play this food for thought. This is based on a quote from Winston Churchill. Just keep going. If you're going through darkness, keep going. I've been through a lot of darkness in my life. And you don't give up. You don't give up. Ever.
Charles.
I'm fine. Yeah, aside from the not sleeping, the jumpiness, constant, overwhelming, crushing fear that something terrible is about to happen.
It's called hypervigilance. The persistent feeling of being under threat.
I mean, it's not just a feeling, though. It's like it's a panic attack. You know, like I can't even breathe.
Like you're drowning?
Yeah.
So, if you're drowning and you're trying to keep your mouth closed until that very last moment, what if you choose to not open your mouth? To not let the water in?
You do anyway, it's a reflex.
But if you hold off until that reflex kicks in, you have more time, right?
Not much time.
But more time to fight your way to the surface.
I guess.
More time to be rescued.
More time to be in agonizing pain. I mean, did you forget about the part where you feel like your head's exploding?
If it's about survival, isn't a little agony worth it?
I mean, what if it just gets worse? What if it's agony now and then it's just hell later on?
And think about something Winston Churchill once said. If you're going through hell, keep going.
Keep going. Keep going. So that's basically it, right? We have to keep going no matter what. It's going to get darker, right? But people talking about no election. Like you going to live under fascism? You going to live under dictatorship? You going to live in a country that you can't vote in? I wasn't raised that way. I'm not going to just go to work the next day. All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace. Keep your powder dry, man. Keep your hope alive, man. And stop looking at mainstream media. None of the information I gave you right there today was from mainstream media. I don't even know what's on mainstream media anymore. I don't watch it. Good luck. All right, yo. Peace out. I got a video. I got a button I'm gonna press. The button don't say the right thing, but it's the button I press at the end of my shows. Maybe it's gonna be the one. I don't know.
All right, people, we out. Choose love every time, and things will work out. All right, peace.
All right.
See you next week.
Peace. Love you.